In this video, I'm going to talk about the materials prep for Lesson 4 of Unit 8.1 from OpenSciEd. Okay, in this lesson, we have the deformation lab. And so there's going to be some materials to prep. There's some styrofoam that you will cut out. You use a ruler to kind of make a straight line and break it. Some kits actually have this already cut up for you. You're also going to use wood stir sticks. And so you'll need those ready to go. There is a note here that if you run out of wood stir sticks or foam, you could also use any leftover rice noodles from lesson 2. They will break a little bit faster, I would imagine, but they can definitely be used. You're going to need to put 2 bricks on the table, 14 centimeters apart. So you may want to put tape down on your table where those bricks go, or books. So depending on what you have to use, that you will press down. It just needs to be high enough off the tabletop that when you press down, you can measure the deformation before it hits the table. And then you're going to need some tape to bundle the stir sticks together. You could probably do this prior, but you can have students prep that pretty easily. Get some masking tape for the ends. Make sure they measure the center and mark the center. So some measurements here, good practice with the ruler. It's surprising that students struggle with rulers so much. Or meter sticks, apologies. And then you will also need the push-pull spring scales, the 10 Newton ones. So if you have a kit with more than one type, you want the 10 Newton ones for this one. And then a digital scale is just for the demo. The students don't need that. And of course, rulers. They need to measure the deformation and how much it's being pressed down. So here's an example of the setup. So you just got to think, if you don't have bricks, what are you going to use for this? Wood blocks might work. Anyway, so books is probably the handiest thing for you to use. And so it does say wear safety goggles, especially for the wood stir sticks. If they break, you could get splinters cracking off. So that would be important to consider for safety. And that's about it. That's the investigation. Now, as far as handouts, there is an independent, dependent, and controlled variables handout. This is where they will also put the investigation question. And yeah, I think that's it. Deformation results is going to be the data table with also the graph on it. So every student will need that. And then investigation procedures. You could have this printed out at the lab stations and just have one that is with the materials at their lab station per partnership or per small group. Or you can have each person have one. So when you go over the procedures, they all can mark up the text and read it, depending on how you want to do that. This is a reading. They will also need this reading results from other materials tests. If you have a learning management system, you can upload that there. You do not need to write on this one. So that's about it. One more thing I want to add is that you might want to pre-make this poster for your word wall that has the 3 terms defined on it. And then also this is a consensus model that you're going to make during the discussion. So you might want to create most of what's on here except for the arrows, and then add the arrows during the discussion. So have some pre-made arrows of different sizes ready to tape onto the poster. All right, this is a pretty fun investigation, hands-on, so enjoy and good luck with lesson 4.